Experts like Gary Vee say we should be posting on LinkedIn 1 to 3 times a day if we really want to grow. Now, I don't know about you, but I find that completely overwhelming. I was barely managing to post once every 3 months, more like. Now, if you can relate, keep watching because I'm going to show you how I went from the undisputed champ of LinkedIn procrastination to confidently posting 5 times a week and actually enjoying it. If you're new to this channel, my name is John Lamb, and I've spent the last 10 years leading digital transformation projects at various organizations. On this channel, we like to mix it up a little bit and talk about personal efficiency with AI and automations, but also how to implement these tools as a team and an organization. Okay, so today we're going to go through 3 different hacks that we use to fill up weeks and months of content in just a few hours. Let's get into it. Hack number 1, Canva automations. So if you've been online at all, you're going to have seen these quote posts. So these are going to be all over LinkedIn, all over Instagram. It's basically a very simple background. It has a quote and it has the person's name at the bottom, or in this case, the website, brand, whatever it is. So whether it's Justin Welsh, Gary Vee, Alex Hormozy, all of these people do, similar things. I'm sure almost every influencer is going to do a similar thing. And these are pretty easy to automate in Canva. We're going to go through a simple automation today. In a future video, we're going to do a more complex kind of workflow pipeline type automation, but today we're just going to show how to bulk produce these off of a spreadsheet. Now, it all starts in Canva. So this is our design in Canva. So you would create a template design, and it can be as simple as just a square with a color on the background. So just like all of these are basically a black background square, brown background square, beige background square, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. And so you're just going to create a square. We just happen to use our little Calabra lotus flower thing, put it in the background. There's a piece of text and the author's name. Okay. Now you publish that as a brand template. And if I go into this design now, what I can do is click this bulk create button and you can add data. Now, again, like I said, in a future video, we're going to show you how to use automations to bring data in and automatically generate these. But today we're just going to be entering a little bit of data manually just so that you can see how it creates different ones. Now, I've actually done this already for this one. And so this was auto-generated based on the data that was in this sheet. So we have 2 columns, quote, author. And again, I want you to imagine you can just go into a spreadsheet, create a spreadsheet with 2 columns, and then just go through a bunch of quotes and copy and paste them into here. And what that's going to do is auto-generate a whole bunch of these. So I'm going to do that for you real time. Okay, so on our channel, we are talking about productivity and marketing, basically, and adopting AI as an organization. So I can just do a search for quotes about productivity and marketing. Here's an ultimate 100 list, 101 productivity quotes, 26 inspiring marketing quotes. And yeah, I'm just going to go through. And again, for the purposes of this, it doesn't matter what these things are. So I'm just going to take a bunch of them. Now, obviously you can do this with the quotes, without the quotes, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go in, paste that there. Then take the author name, paste this here, go to this one, inspiring marketing quotes. Creativity is intelligence, having fun. That's a fun one. Is Albert Einstein. Yeah, for some reason it screws up the first letter when you're typing this in. And these are linked already, but basically you would go into this field, right click it, click connect data, and then you can connect it to that first column in the sheet. So I've already connected this to quote. Then you go into the second part, right click it, click connect data, and connect it to author. And when you do that, you can click continue and generate 2 additional designs. And there you go. So here's the new one based on the data that we put in. And oh, it did it in both of the color options that we had there. And there's the other one, Albert Einstein, creativity is intelligence, having fun. Now, things like this, the spacing's not going to be correct. So it's not going to auto format it, but obviously this is a lot easier, especially if you're generating 100 of these, where you can just kind of move them so that they're evenly spaced and off you go. Now it's just a matter of downloading this and putting it into your LinkedIn scheduling software. Okay. Now the other hack is you can actually use ChatGPT to go and create a whole bunch of quotes as well. Now here, what I've done, I'm going to show you here. Hey, can you make 15 pithy quotes about marketing and productivity, short ones like one-liners? And then you can make a whole bunch of them. What I did afterwards was then search for this exact phrase to make sure that it wasn't actually a quote. Now, I will say that it is semi-plagiarism because a lot of these quotes I found were very similar to existing quotes, but not the same. So you have to be aware of that. But you can just go and, I mean, you can generate 1,000 of these if you want and pick and choose the ones that are a little bit more unique. And that way you have a quote that's more of your own. Now, obviously, the best case scenario is that you're actually developing your own little sayings based off of your own expertise and your own experience. But this is a great way of supplementing it. And again, you can create 50 pieces of content in about half an hour. Now, one thing that we will do is rotate the colors so that it's not always the same, gives a little bit of variety. And so we'll do a series of these templates with different colors in the background, and that way there's a little bit of variation. So that's it for number one. Let's move on to the next tip. The next tip has to do with using your voice. We actually made a video about this by talking about how voice automations and advanced voice mode, we were able to do a whole bunch of stuff while doing other things like cleaning out the garage. And now advanced voice mode only works in the mobile app. It does not work on the desktop. So on the desktop, what you're going to end up with, and I'll just show you here, is if you click into this, it's just going to give you standard voice, which isn't a problem. The only real difference I would say is the quality of the voice coming back is going to be different. And also your ability to interrupt is different. So, right. So you notice there that I have to click in order to interrupt. It's just a little bit of a pain in the ass and not feasible when you're trying to do something else. So I would use the mobile version. And what you do, if you're not aware, you just click on this button over here. Hey, I was hoping that you could help me write a LinkedIn article. I want to give you a story and I want you to translate it into a, short but engaging LinkedIn article. How does that sound?
Sounds great. I'm ready for your story whenever you are. Let's turn it into a compelling LinkedIn article.
Okay, this one I want to be... Well, first, do you remember the LinkedIn article you wrote for me about Style U and how people didn't want to change their style, and it's kind of similar to how they don't want to change their habits by learning AI?
Yes, I remember that one. We discussed how Style U helped users improve their style without overhauling their wardrobe, which parallels the idea of integrating AI into workflows without drastic changes. This is a fantastic topic, John, especially relevant in today's rapidly evolving tech landscape. Let's shape this into a compelling LinkedIn article that draws on your extensive experience and offers actionable insights for your readers.
So here's one of the things that I found. I'm not sure if I come back to this, is it going to finish the rest of the article? Yeah, so you kind of cut it off where I cut it off. Great. Now this, I mean, it's, if you want to post that like straight copy and paste, I don't think that there would be a huge issue with that. I'm going to go to one of the things that we like to do, which is check it against an AI detector. So we use undetectable. Okay. And then we check for AI. And yeah, we're finding that 4.0 is pretty good at straight out of the box, passing all of the AI detection. It doesn't have a lot of the issues that the older models had. One thing, again, you can do is rewrite this for a certain grade level. So let's rewrite it for a grade 10 level. I'm going to add a level of burstiness. This used to be a hack to get past AI detection, but there's a, I'm not going to explain it too well, but there's just a function of how humans work where I believe the concentration of words around a certain location tends to be a little bit higher. Like you'll use a similar word over and over again in a certain spot. And so, yeah, we can look at that. Yeah, shorter sentences, smaller words, less complicated. And so, yeah, apologies if you can hear my dogs going nuts, but there you go. So that is tip number 2, which is using voice mode in order to write that out. And again, for me, if I tried to write this out, honestly, I would spend a lot of time just staring at a blank screen, staring at the cursor, not 100% knowing where I would start or how I should phrase things. And by doing it this way, I just, we got this done in like 5 minutes. And I just think it's an excellent way of reducing that activation energy and that procrastination energy and actually getting things done. We're going to go through the same 3 guys that I keep referencing. So you can find people that you really like their posting style in LinkedIn. And I'm going to go to Gary Vee and go to his posts. Okay, now I have, this will take a little bit of time, but the idea is if you see a post pattern that you like, and so in this case, it's like something is the silent killer of productivity for professionals. Do me one favor today, do some other thing, right? So just take a screenshot of that and you're going to collect a whole bunch of these screenshots. Now, if I go to Justin Welsh, okay, so here's one. Most people blank fix it by doing these 3 things. And then you do 3 things, okay? So what you're looking for is a pattern or a formula that you can adopt to your own niche. Now, I've done this and gone and collected a whole bunch of these things. Okay, so here's, for example, my collection of these types of patterns. Okay, so I've made a bunch of different things. Solopreneurship is about blah, blah, blah. What you need to start making money online, that's about it. Do something, say goodbye to blah, etc., etc. Okay, now, when you create all these screenshots, what you can do is zip them up. So I created a zip file with all of those. The reason why I'm doing that is because there's a limit on images that you can upload to ChatGPT at one time. Okay, so once you have that zip file, you can come in and upload this to ChatGPT. Okay, so what it's done is it's transcribed all of it into text. And then what you can do is make a table. So I just did this in Excel, and you paste all of those patterns, like the text, into a column, and then you can make your own version of that. And the idea is that you can just adopt it for yourself and change and tweak a little bit of it and, create, again, these are short kind of pithy posts. They're not going to be super long and involved, but they actually are very shareable and can go viral a lot easier. So that's the 3rd tip for LinkedIn. Go through LinkedIn, screenshot posts that you like that have some sort of pattern and are preferably really short. Come into ChatGPT, transcribe it all, put it into a table in Excel, and then it's easy to look at and then create your own version of that. So hope that helps. With that, you should be able to create mountains of content, months and months of content at a time. I hope you got a lot out of this video, but the next video, we're gonna consolidate a lot of these concepts and put them more into a process or a workflow where we start to use make automations, Airtable database, so that we have a record of each post. We have review capabilities, approval capabilities, as well as auto posting and all of that good stuff. I hope you found today's video useful. We have a couple of free resources that are really going to help you in your journey to learn AI. So the first one is our AI learning persona. So if you've ever been frustrated trying out AI, it hasn't worked for you, it hasn't gotten to your expectation, this is a great tool for understanding why. So it basically helps you go through what your own style is and what you're good at and what you're not. And it suggests to you how you should use AI. So you should definitely check that out, link below. The other thing that we have is this free Skool community, and it's marketing focused. So more for teams of people in marketing that are trying to get basic understanding of AI, the fundamentals of AI. So we have a community of like-minded people that are all trying to figure it out. But we also have a bunch of free courses. So this Get Cooking with AI Essentials, a bunch of free stuff about prompting, about Mid-Journey, creating graphics, doing data analysis, stuff like that. Again, totally free resource. Definitely check it out, link below. And of course, if you like our content, then hit that like button and hit subscribe.